what I was trying to illustrate. This is a schematic diagram of the endoplasmic reticulum. Here it contains the smooth, here it contains the rough. I have told you that an endoplasmic reticulum is known or realized by the presence or absence of ribosome. Is that clear? Now, first of all, what are ribosomes? Ribosomes are basically for what the site of protein synthesis, which is the what now, which is the ribosome, and a group of ribosomes are called polyribosome. As you can see right here on the board, that a group of what ribosomes are called polyribosome. Now, if you observe this, the structure of the rough, it contains tiny dots, which represent the rough endoplasmic reticulum. While here it contains no ribosome, so it is for smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And I have told you that the smooth ER is basically for the synthesis of lipids. It's a site for lipid synthesis. While that of the rough is what it does. Its function is to engage for the transport of this ribosome of this protein that is being synthesized to other parts of the cell. All right. Now, next in our organelles is the lysosome. Now, the lysosome was first discovered in the year 1949 by Christian D. Duvel. Now, it is an organelle that is bounded by a single membrane. Take note, a single membrane that are of variable size and morphology. Now, basically, the lysosome it contains a lytic enzyme which is used to engulf one cell. In fact, sometimes some tests may refer to it as a suicide bag of the cell. And when a cell is getting worn out, it does what? It engulfs the cell. It engulfs the cell by secreting enzyme, a lytic enzyme. Meaning the function of the lysosome is to what? Is to secrete enzyme. Is to secrete lytic enzyme to what? To engulf one cells. As you can see here on the board, that a lysosome, which are essentially membranous bags containing a large variety of hydrolytic enzymes, and its function is to digest materials injected by endophytosis and to recycle cellular component. The next of our organelle is the mitochondria. Now, the mitochondria is surrounded by a double membrane layer, and the double membrane layer are of two category. Now, which is it contains an inner membrane. The inner membrane of the mitochondria is known as what? Is known as the cristae. The cristae. And is highly folded, resulting in a surface area of 3 to 5 times that of the smooth outer membrane, and it is impermeable to ions and most metabolites. It is a site for cellular respiration, which is if you have to say like it's a site for aerobic respiration. Now, do not forget that we have established the fact that the mitochondria contain its own DNA and also RNA, and they can reproduce themselves by means of what we call binary fission. Now, the next quickly is the chloroplast. Now, the chloroplast resemble the mitochondria in so many aspects, in the sense that the chloroplast is also double membrane. Not only that it is double membrane, it has an inner membrane which is also highly folded, and it is referred to as thylakoid organized in sacs called what? The granule. Now, the thylakoid membrane is the site for what? For photosynthetic what? Phosphorylation in the chloroplast. Is that clear? Now, as I've said rightly, that there are semi-autonomous organelles capable of reproduction through what? Binary what? Fission. Of course, they contain their own DNA. That's what we mean by that word. Their own DNA, their own RNA and ribosome, which they use to reproduce themselves by binary what? Fission. Now, next is what we call the peroxisome. Now, they are found in all animal cell and some plant cell. Now, the peroxisome are among the 3 microbodies, which are the peroxisome, the glyosome, and the Golgi apparatus. And as the case may be, among these microbodies, the peroxisome is more pronounced. When you test for the marker enzyme, catalase is high in peroxisome. So therefore means that peroxisome are surrounded by a single membrane, and they carry out oxidation or oxidative reaction, in which they tend to oxidize hydrogen peroxide. Apart from that, it protects the cell from oxygen what? Activity. Now quickly we rush down to what we call the lysosome. This one is found in plants. It helps in conversion of seed oil into the what? Into the metabolite that is converted into what? Glucose. It occurs in germinating seeds. The vacuum. Now the vacuum is more pronounced in mature plant cell. An animal cell might not have, or it may have a vacuum. But when it may have vacuum. Now, they are fluid-filled organelles surrounded by a single liquid or bilayer. What's their function? They are storage sites for ions, water, nutrients, waste, and specialized materials such as what? Pigments. Now, if a vacuum is present in an animal cell, they are usually very small. Most times, an animal cell might not even have a vacuum. But vacuum's major function is for the storage of ions. Now, in a plant cell where the vacuum is very large, the outer layer is covered with a membrane called the tonoplast. Is that clear? All right. Now we also have what we call the cell wall. Now the cell wall is present not only in plants but in bacteria and fungi. Now the cell wall is a rigid non-living layer that is found outside the membrane and surrounds the cell. Now the major function of the cell wall in plants is that it protects the inner parts of the plant cell. It gives plant cell a more uniform and regular shape and provides support for the plant body. Also, the cell membrane. The cell membrane is also an organelle in the plants. An organelle in both plants and animal cell. Its major function is that it acts as an outer covering in a living cell, and it also helps in the exchange of materials in and out of the cell, which is the cell wall or the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. Now, it will interest you to know that there are some of these organelles that are present in plant cell that are not present in an animal cell, or some that are present in an animal cell are not present in a plant cell. For example, the central, which is a site for cell division, is present in an animal cell but lacking in a lacking a plant cell. The cell wall is present only in a plant cell but lacking in an animal cell. Again too, the chloroplast is present in a plant cell but lacking in an animal cell. But what are the similarities between the plant cell and the animal cell as it pertains to us? Now, the mitochondria is present in both plant cell and animal cell. We have the mitochondria, we have the cell membrane, we have the nucleus, we have there are so many. We have the ribosome, so many, as the case may be. So we encourage you all to subscribe to our next video, to subscribe so you can get updates of our latest. I remain Adrenaline, the Bazooka Prophet. And for those of you who want to invite me to your institution to come and give you an exclusive teaching and exclusive tutorials on biochemistry and chemistry, this is my contact: 09081053321, or you can reach me also with this line 09071238804. I wish you all the best. Stay safe. God loves you.